What's going on, world? What's cracking, gang? What's the deal? It's everybody's favorite Unk. And I mean, this might as well be the Goku review guy channel, right? Because I swear, I feel like I've reviewed more Gokus on this channel this year than any other YouTube creator. And you can hold me to that one, because this is about the 100th Goku that we've got this year.
Cut it out, this has gone far enough.
But I was really excited for this one. You've got the Demoniacal Fit Martialist Forever, the 3.0 bodied base Goku. And yeah, man, I actually passed on the Kong 3.0 bodies that came with the Super Saiyan 3 heads because I already had this one on pre-order, and I've been patiently waiting this one for a while, and it came just in time because, guys, spoiler alert, we might have a new definitive Goku figure on our hands here. But enough about Demoniacal Fit, enough about the competition for them in Kong Studios. Let's get this guy out of the box and take a closer look. Now, fresh out of the box, man, the first thing I have to say about this guy is that he just feels so good, so damn good in hand. Everything feels quality, and he's a nice, hefty, just well put together figure, man. He's very sturdy. I love the build and sculpt of this figure. I heard a lot of people complain that this Goku is a bit too buff. I've been hearing people say that he's more like a Jump Force style Goku, and that's fine with me, man. I like my Goku to be a little bit meatier, and I just think he looks really, really great with this sculpt. There is no paint on this thing, which is disappointing, besides the undershirt and the boots and the faceplates, which is a little bit disappointing, but the plastic has a kind of more matte leaning finish for the most part. It isn't super shiny, but there is a little shine, and it feels like really high quality plastic, man. You give this guy a matte coat, you know, I think you're going to be in business. No real aesthetic hiccups to this guy. Some of the articulation isn't hidden the best, which we'll get to in the actual articulation segment. This body mold seems like it's taken directly from that superhero Gohan figure. I actually used my superhero Gohan figure to make a Mystic Gohan with a 2.0 body, and I sold the pieces to the 3.0 Gohan, so I don't have them anymore. But we will do some head swaps later and see how Gohan looks on this guy as well. And this guy's a home run. I think he looks great. Demoniacal Fit really knocked it out of the park on this one. All right, now getting into accessories, Demoniacal Fit always delivers with the amount of accessories that they put into these things. It's all the typical Goku accessories that should come with the Goku. You got your martial arts hands, your open blast hands, Kamehameha hands, instant transmission. And instead of a waving hand, he gets a thumbs up hand. You get a screaming face, a smirking face, a smiling face with the eyebrows raised, kind of like that Saiyan Raised on Earth face, and a teeth gritted face. And of course, you get his neutral face that comes on him in the box. I'm also going to do a quick comparison to his Saiyan Raised on Earth faceplate to the similar one here. And there's not too much of a difference. It looks like it's probably shaped a little bit to fit in that new head mold, but nothing too crazy different from the original Saiyan Raised on Earth release. Now, at first, I was really happy to get a stand with this thing. Because we never get stands, especially with the figures that actually need stands. But I had some issues with this stand. I wasn't able to figure out how to get it assembled. So if anybody knows how to get these stands assembled, leave that in the comments below. I've never had a stand with any of my Demoniacal Fit figures. Speaking of which, I think the last Demoniacal Fit figure that came with a stand, I believe, was the Tenacious Martialist or the Shining Soul. I can't remember, but it was one of those two. Leave that in the comments below as well. But yeah, one thing I will add about the hands before we move on from accessories is that the peg seems to come out with the hand very often when changing out the hands on this one. If you need to, use a little bit of heat. It's not the biggest deal, but it does make it kind of a pain and takes away a little bit of the fun factor with the figure, but it's not a deal breaker for me. I will say, with these accessories, I wish that they would have added a Kamehameha beam effect. That would have been really cool, especially with the $50 price point of this figure. In comparison to Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku, which was a $35 retail figure, it has pretty much the same accessories as that. The stand is cool, but like I said, the stand is kind of a hassle. I just wish they would have added a Kamehameha effect. All right, now getting into articulation. If you guys watch the channel, you know I am not a scientist. I do not design action figures. I just put them in some poses and see what they can do, god damn it. And man, this thing is awesome. I am telling you right now, I have for a very long time lived by and died by the Saiyan Raised on Earth. To me, the Saiyan Raised on Earth Goku is the quintessential Goku for your collection. But now with this release, I think Demoniacal Fit is giving Tamashii a lot of room for their money. Granted, like I said earlier, this is the exact same body mold as that Gohan superhero figure. And that body mold, although great, did have its problems. One of the problems that sticks out a little bit more on this version is that the inside joints in his crotch area, they're really, really shiny and they're really, really big. They're not hidden as well as the ones on the 3.0 Gohan. Some of the articulation points you can kind of see into the body of the figure, and it doesn't look the best. But man, you get so much range. The only issue I really had on the head was tilting upward, like looking up. You can't really look up at all, but other than that, it's on a double ball peg, and you get all that great movement that you love from a double ball peg. These shoulder joints are great butterfly joints. He's kind of hindered by some of these pieces that they tried to copy off Tamashii, and one thing I will say is these are not as soft. The little sleeve pieces are not as soft as Gohan's sleeve pieces are, so you got to fight with it a little bit, but it's not too hard once you get used to it. Full big old splits, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, double jointed knees, all that good stuff. I don't know what's been going on in factories lately, but for some reason, I got the SH Figuarts Guts last week, unrelated, but his knee was seizing up out of the pack, and I tried hot water, I tried, hair dryer, all of the methods, and I couldn't get it to budge, and I wasn't going to mess with it because that's a $100 figure. Well, this figure came the same way. One of the knees, the right knee, is the same knee on Guts. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what my luck is, but it's seizing up whenever I try to go double on it. I was able to get it to bend a little bit more, but it's giving me a lot of resistance, and I really like this figure. And plus, even with the knee not bent all the way to that double joint, you still get great movement out of him. So that's probably the biggest hiccup on this figure for me, is a little bit of QC, but everything else is so excellent on this figure that I can't complain too much. The ankles are not the best. They don't go up and back very well, but they do have a very generous rocker or pivot. And yeah, man, overall, the articulation is awesome on this thing. If you don't have the Kong one, I highly recommend this one. I don't have the Kong one, but if the Kong one is better than this one, then man, these third-party companies are really on Tamashii Nation's ass right now. I'm not lying to you. All right, guys, real quick, I'm going to do a head swap of the Superhero Gohan head onto the Demoniacal Fit Martialist Forever body. Just a little bit of a heads up. The peg is really stiff on the Martialist Forever, so make sure that you heat that thing up before you pop the head off. I couldn't do it just raw dogging it out of the package. But here's how the Gohan head looks on there. It's a little loose, so nothing some tack can't help, or you could always find a third-party seller that, 3D prints their own neck pegs to get one to fit. But I think this looks damn good. All right, now we're gonna get into some size comparisons, the best part of the video. And I realized after I did this that I didn't really compare him to many Z Warriors, but we're gonna go with it anyway. We've got the full power Super Saiyan Goku and the Saiyan Rays on Earth, the old definitive Goku. Like I said, this one is definitely your new definitive Goku. He looks good against these guys. Looks like he's just a smidget bit taller, like a smidget bit. You can see on the shoulders there. And up next, we got some more Gokus we're going to put him up against. We've got him up against the Demoniacal Fit Unexpected Adventurer, the most recent Demoniacal Fit Goku release, and the SH Figuarts Broly Movie Super Saiyan Blue Goku with a Ultra Instinct head on him. And man, he looks good with these guys too. Same scale as well. For some different scale stuff, we got Figurized Standard New Spec and Old Spec Goku here. And then, of course, I got to put him up against the Jada Toys Ryu and Chun-Li, two of the best figures of the year for sure. And for some more DBZ comparisons, here he is against the Super Saiyan Vegeta release that came out this year and the Final Form Frieza. And for one more comparison just to some females, we've got him up against Sakura from Naruto, the SH Figuarts Sakura. And we've got him up against the Valaverse Action Force Black Female Trooper. So yeah, man, there are some size comparisons for you. All right, guys, now getting into final thoughts on the Demoniacal Fit Martialist Forever, or 3.0 Goku, whatever you want to call him. Man, this thing is amazing. This thing is super awesome. I'm so happy that I put in my pre-order for this months ago, and all I had to pay was that extra, I think it was extra 40 bucks to get this guy. He's definitely well worth it, especially if you have some of those Kong 3.0 bodies. I don't know how the heads for the Super Saiyan 3s fit on this, but this body is awesome. They look very similar, so I don't know why you would get this one too if you're not like a reviewer or just like a completionist or just buy anything Dragon Ball Z. But especially if you don't have the Kong one, I highly recommend, man. This is the new quintessential Goku. Hands down, the definitive Goku for your collection. I cannot wait until Demoniacal Fit puts out some head kits for this one. I definitely want a windy hair base sculpt. We need a Super Saiyan 2 sculpt for this, Super Saiyan Blue. We need a whole entire pack of sculpts for this new body mold for Demoniacal Fit. And I got a feeling that that's probably coming around the bend. Here's to hoping that that future Gohan comes out soon. But with all that said, man, I'm going to go ahead and give the Demoniacal Fit Martial is Forever a number grade. If I'm going to do it, man, I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. I would give it, I would give it a 9 or higher if it didn't have that one QC issue with the knee seizing up a little bit, and the other one with the wrist pegs popping out of the arm whenever you try to change the hands. Also, I wish that it did come with the Kamehameha beam effect just to justify that price point a little bit more. But outside of all that, man, this thing is awesome. This is 100% the new definitive base form Goku. I've said that multiple times in this review, and I mean it with all of my heart. This thing is awesome. If you don't have the Kong one, definitely pick this one up. Even if you do have the Kong one, pick it up. I bought quite a bit of Demoniacal Fit stuff that came out this year, so I think I got a pretty good opinion on that one. But what do you guys think? If you have this one, if you don't have it, are you planning on picking it up? Make sure you leave all that in the comments below. I appreciate everybody that watches till the end of the videos. That's the best way to support the channel. If you haven't hit that subscribe button by now, what are you doing, man? Hit the subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, tell a friend to tell a friend. And even if you don't like it, dislike the video. Just remember, at the end of the day, I always appreciate you watching. And until next time, peace.